Beautiful art, all to be experienced and admired by everyone. Unfortunately, much of the world's best pieces are kept in museums only a few get to visit, or held in private collections only a handful are lucky enough to enjoy. In this episode, we strip away the elitist tag behind collecting art and show you how some private museums and galleries, national artists and global brands are bringing great masterpieces to life and sharing rare artworks with the rest of the world. So join us, I'm David Celdran, and this is Executive Class. A visit to the museum like the Ayala or the Yuchenko Museum is perhaps the only way to appreciate in person the works of Philippine masters like Botong Francisco and Vicente Manansala. Though blockchain technology now makes it possible and relatively affordable to acquire an authenticated version of your own. It's called a non-fungible token, NFT. In the Philippines, Scarletbox has taken the lead in offering NFTs featuring the iconic works of national artists.
A lot of the national artists, they have contributed a lot to the heritage of our country, and many of them have passed away. So the younger generations, they don't really know them so much, and also many cannot afford. So this is one way to sort of spread the word or democratize, their legacy to more people. And because it's usually limited to very small collectors, and sometimes it's the same collectors that own them.
For their upcoming series, Scarletbox features two national artists for visual arts, Vicente Manansala and Carlos Francisco, Enteng and Botong, both from the same era and from the same province. For the soon-to-drop NFTs, Scarletbox collaborated with the third-generation artists Rona Manansala and Totong Francisco, along with the award-winning poet and living national artist for literature, Gemino Abad. Apart from owning a unique digital property stored in the cloud, the national artist NFTs also come in physical form, a box set that includes a certificate of ownership, along with an LED frame that loops the audiovisual artwork.
They're getting one-of-ones, so whatever painting they get, that would be it. This painting would have this kind of animation and color. The second with a slight variation, but that's about it. Maybe 2, max 3 iterations, but they're all unique.
For the mid-July sale, Scarletbox is offering Botong Francisco's iconic Bayanihan, a collab with Totong, his grandson, with an excerpt of Jimmy Abad's poem, The Light in One's Blood, in the writer's own voice.
Like our void, unwound.
I love the way you recite your poetry.
This is what is sold.
Yes, this is what he sold. It's a moving image with your voice. So it's almost like theater when you think about it. It's almost like a movie.
Fantastic. It's high tech.
Although Abad admits NFTs, blockchain, and AI will change the way art is created, consumed, and collected, he believes poets and poetry will outlast any new technology.
The poem is work of language and work of imagination, both in concert, together. You work the language like the farmer works the soil to produce his crop. He works the soil with his carabao. He fertilizes the soil. He works the soil to make it fertile for his crop. So his crop will bloom, will rise. That poem is drawn from myself. No? That poem is drawn from myself. It is drawn from my mind and my heart. Meaning to say, it is drawn from my own consciousness of what is real, what is true, what is right, what is just. So that poem, as the poem is finished, that poem of mine or somebody else's poem, that is his consciousness given a body or form by words and words only. "Who are you?" I asked. Then I knew my father again.
The other NFT with accompanying box set presents Vicente Manansala's famous masterpiece, Two Women, with an excerpt of Jimmy Abad's Off a Death voiced over. Manansala's granddaughter, Rona, a visual artist, participated in the project as well. What do you think Vicente Manansala would have said?
I can't tell, but what I can imagine is he would be doing this and smiling, because it would be, for him, especially for him, it would be something entirely different. And seeing his work there, wow,
Because he wasn't a traditionalist, right?
well, it was mentioned several times already that he was very ahead of his time. Initially, it wasn't actually accepted right away, but collectors back then, seeing a very different rendition of like a Madonna and Child, and made it interesting, made collectors want for more because it's something new. And like I said, he was way ahead of his time. So now that it's being done digitally, wow, it's
the same. It's ahead of its time.
It's ahead of its time.
Indeed, NFTs are one of many ways digital technology is making the great artworks more accessible. Indeed, great art is for everyone, or should be. It ought to be displayed for all to admire and recreated in new shapes and new forms to make it more accessible to all. And that's all for this episode of Executive Class. I'm David Celdran. Thanks for watching.